Hey guys, well, I'm gonna start. Well, I already started. I didn't record the first part. Well, the first thing I did on the conversion for the 300zx, I got automatic. So in my other videos, I show you that I turn on the car. So I took it for a spin because I did the flush for the radiator. Well, actually, I put the liquid to do the flush, so I have to run the car couple miles so it runs the water around. So once I got into the highway, I got 5 exits down and my transmission gave up. So I started giving me problems. Hopefully, and thanks God I made it over here back home. And since then I was like, why should I buy another automatic when I can swap this puppy to manual? So I got the transmission right here. This is a manual transmission. It's a NA manual transmission. So I'm not gonna uncover it right now, but I'm gonna show you later, because right now I'm gonna show you what I'm doing, and later in the video I'm gonna show you the transmission, all the good stuff. So we got the crankshaft. You need the crankshaft from the manuals because it's not gonna fit. Also, I got the fender, I got the wind, I got the hatch, I got the lines for the clutch, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a one line, flexible line, and it's much easier to do it with the engine in, because if not, you have to take the engine out to put that puppy in. Well, you can can't do it with the engine inside. It's too much problems, and for $40 is how much it costs for the flexible line. Is way better, so you just can run it on top. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that. But today I got the pedals in here. So I got the pedal, and what I did is I cut the brake pedal so I don't have to install the other one, because it's gonna be a pain in the ass. So what I did is ended up cutting the pedal, and it came out pretty good. As you can see, it came out pretty good to me. And I installed the clutch pedal. I've seen a lot of videos, and they some of them they cut like a pipe that is got under right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to just getting dark, but it's a pipe right here across. I saw a video there. They actually cut that pipe, and to be honest with you, I didn't have no problem installing the pedal inside the car. You have to play a little bit, a little wiggling and stuff like that, to put it in. But before you put that in, the first thing you're gonna do is take the plate there is on the inside here. Right here is a plate that you have to take out somehow, and trust me, it took me like 45 minutes an hour to take this thing out. So you can take the top off. It's pretty easy. Bend the top, so it's going like this. So bending the top is easy. Like this part right here, you just put a screwdriver, a flat head screwdriver, and just bend it over, and it will bend. But actually right here, let me see what exactly is. You see these 2 holes right here? So that's actually like kind of welded in there. So you got to play with this thing a lot to take this thing out. So eventually you will take it out, but the best way to do it is bend the top, take the top off, or just bend it, and then go inside and get a long screwdriver and a hammer, and just hammer the shit out of that thing so it comes loose. And then a lot of people saying that you have to take the filter out to be able to put that in. That's if you go with the twin turbo clutch, but I went with the NA, so it's more easier. And the only difference is that this one doesn't have the booster, so it's gonna be a little bit hard when you push, but I don't care. I'm a pretty big guy, so and I read a lot of forums, and they say that this is the best way to go. So you don't have to install the booster, and the booster actually goes in here. This the pipe, the clutch booster. But I just went with the NA, and so far it's installed pretty easy. It took me like 2 hours to install this thing. I seen guys complaining a lot that it's a pain in the ass, but to me it was pretty easy. So after that, I have to drop the exhaust pipes, and then I have to bring the automatic transmission down. I was thinking about taking the motor out, but because I'm doing the flexible cable and I know everything, because I took the plenum off, if you check my other video when I did the plenum, so I know everything is clean, and most of the pipes, I changed most of the pipes. So eventually in the future, if I have to take the engine out, I will. But right now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. All the pipes, like I said, I replaced them. The bigger part, or the most important part of the pipes, I replaced them. So yeah, right now it's the first day I've been working on the swap, and I got a pretty good deal. I got all the hatch, I got the fender, I got the transmission. The only thing I didn't get is the clutch itself and pressure plate. And because this is a twin turbo and I'm going with an NA trainee, it's the same thing as the twin turbo. It has all the internals the same. The only difference is the bell housing. You have to grind the bell housing. I'm going to show you how to do that. There's no videos in the internet about how to do it. There's pretty nice write-ups, but I know it's the best way to do is watching. So I'm going to show you how to grind the transmission, so you can fit the flywheel, the twin turbo flywheel, in the bell house. That's the only problem. So once you try to put the transmission with on the clutch with the flywheel, with the clutch and the pressure plate. So first the flywheel, then the clutch, and then the pressure plate. And to be able to put that together, the flywheel on the twin turbo is bigger, so you need to grind the inside so it will fit. I'll show you how to do that once we get to that. But yeah, this is the first day. So for you it's probably gonna be second. So this is the update for the first day. So I'll check you out guys next day. Here we are guys again, second day. So it's been a while. I couldn't do it before because I've been kind of busy at work, but finally I got the car jacked up. It's up. Got my buddies over here fighting about something. Well, let me give you some updates. Okay, so after I put the clutch in, the next thing I did is take all the center console right here. So I need to take just two bolts over there, and this come right off. Okay, so I took the exhaust out. So I take the whole exhaust from the front to the back, so you get a space to work, because you have to bring down the crankshaft. So right here I got the crankshaft. So what is holding the crankshaft is the there are 2, 4, 6 bolts right here, and there's this is the bracket. This got 2 bolts. It was a pain in the ass to take these 2. They were both in really well. So one of them, actually the thread went bad, and I went to AutoZone and get one of these extractor set, a spiral bowl extractor set. Man, this thing really worked. I was doubting for a minute, but as soon as I put it in and I tried with it worked. So we got the lines disconnected, so we're still dripping oil, transmission fluid, oil. Okay, so I drained the transmission. There's a plug. There's under the transmission right there. I don't know if you can see it. There's a plug right there to drain the transmission. And crankshaft goes right here, one end, and the other one goes back there. So the 6 bolts goes around there, and So I took the exhaust, that's the front pipe. To take the exhaust is one side, and the other side over there. You bring both of them down, and there's screws that are screwing together both of the sides, the front and the back exhaust, and that will come right off. And right after that, you got to unplug the lines for the coolant for the transmission. They're up here. There's one hanging right there. Somewhere, let me show you guys. Oh, it's right here. There's one right here, and there's another one on the other side. You will see it. So you take those two of those lines off, and then you have to take the bracket. This is the bracket for the transmission. So it has 3 bolts over here and 3 bolts on the other side. So you got screw those bolts, and the transmission is gonna tilt. So right now it's bending down, and the most hard part to take this transmission out is to get those bolts there up there. So but once you bring take the bracket off, the transmission is gonna tilt. So you can see it from here all the way back there. You will see the 2 bolts that are on top of the transmission. They all the way back there. I cannot show you, it's kind of hard from where I'm standing, but you will see it all right on top. So you got to get a long extension. You need a long extension. This is the one that we came up with. So this right here, that's the long extension that we're gonna use to unscrew those 2 bolts that are on top of the transmission. Once you get those 2 bolts on top, the rest is pretty easy. Just go around taking all the bolts out, and then you're ready to drop that transmission. So right after that, we're gonna work on this baby. Well, we're gonna start the clutch. I'm gonna show you how I did it. I'm not gonna show you all the steps, because if you don't know how to put a flywheel in a clutch, trust me, this is not something that you want to do. But I'm gonna show you once I put it in, because it's kind of tight in space down there. I got the creeper right here. This thing came handy, so I got it pretty cheap, and that's a good $20 than best. So here's the transmission itself. Got the new fork, upgraded fork. There's more strong, so because I'm putting a stage 2 clutch, every time that you make a pull, that thing will bend, and you know, it's not as strong as the one that I got. The one that I got is really strong, so I will show you that. We have to grind that transmission to be able to fit the flywheel with the clutch, okay? And I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. Sorry for the back noise, because they can't stay quiet. But yeah, that's what we're doing so far. So I lift the car pretty good. So we gonna take those bolts from the transmission and drop it down. Then of course we have to replace the main seal. The main sealer, there's some gasket that goes between the transmission and the engine that you need to replace those, because if you don't do it, then you're gonna be sorry, and you're gonna have some leakage or whatever can happen, you know what I mean? It's always good to replace that, and I got that ordered already. And I was going through with the speed sensor, because I got an NA transmission. I got an NA speed sensor. This is a speed sensor. So the ratio on the engine from the twin turbo and the NA is different. So I was reading online, I did a lot of reading, and the only difference, this is what I came up with. The only difference between this speed sensor and the NA transmission and the twin turbo gear is it has like a little gear that it turns for the speedometer to go up and down with the right speed. So the gear on this one is different as the one on the twin turbo, so I have to buy the plastic gear. It's just a plastic gear that you have to replace on that. That's what I think. Hopefully that's what it is. If not, I have to buy the whole assembly, and that thing costs like $200, so I don't want to spend $200 on that. But I did a lot of reading. It's just the gears on the twin turbo is different on size on this one, so we're gonna do that and see what happens. All right, so let me drop the transmission and I'll give you an update as soon as I'm done with that. It's a bunch of stuff around me. I can't even walk. I'm throwing everything down. So, right, Dave?
Nope.
Okay, he don't want to be in the video, but he's already in the video. You see him almost in every videos that I have made. He's always here. That's my boy. That's my neighbor, and this is my boy from work.
What up? What up,
All right. Okay, so let me do that, and I'll give you an update as soon as I bring the transmission down. All right. Okay, guys. Finally, we got the transmission out. So this is the automatic transmission. It was kind of a pain, so it took us like 2 hours to take this shit down. But it was worth it. Now we're gonna call it a day because we kind of tired. I was working in my friend's car yesterday, so I'm gonna take a rest for today. But it's out, so all I gotta do down here, I got all the connections. I gotta get rid of the cooling connections for the automatic transmission because we're not gonna use that, and I gotta take the flywheel, the torque converter from there. I gotta get it out, and also the torque converter, and do the main seals. I got the gasket for the main seal. I do recommend doing that, so I gotta do that, start doing that tomorrow. And I'm waiting for the parts for the throwback bearing, the sleeve, to come in, because I got the upgrade for the fork. I'm gonna show you how I do that and how I did it once it's installed. I cannot be recording every step, but I can just show you how it goes. So here we have it, and I'm gonna clean up the transmission. I'm gonna also show you how to make this old transmission as a brand new one, and it's gonna look great after I'm done with it. So tomorrow is gonna be another day, more work. It's coming along. So we did the glass, we got the hood, I got the hatch, and I got a surprise for you guys. This car is gonna get totally upgraded body on this car, so I'm gonna buy the whole body kit for this car, so stay tuned for that. Engine is looking pretty good. All I gotta do is clean it up, so we're gonna clean the engine. Also, I'm gonna make a video about it, and I'm gonna replace the fenders and then paint the car, and it should be good. This is a nice project. I always wanted this car, and I'm pretty happy with the job that I'm done on this baby. So hopefully everything goes well and it runs, and after that we go from there. So I'm gonna take a shower, take a rest, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, guys, and today what we're gonna do is day 3. I'm gonna clean up the transmission, the manual transmission, the new transmission. As you can see, the bell housing inside is all dirty. It has a bunch of grease, so I'm gonna degrease all this grease out and try to make this transmission look better. Okay, so the stuff that I'm gonna use is Easy Off. Okay, you can also use engine degreaser, but because this grease is so thick, I believe this is better. So this is pretty strong stuff, so be careful with it. Just spray it. This is a manual transmission, so there is a way the water can get in, but I'm not gonna throw a bunch of water. So if you're gonna do this, just be careful that you cover all the holes that it might lead water inside the transmission. Okay, so I'm gonna spray this right here. Okay, guys, so it's been 10 minutes. I'm gonna throw some water in there to take all the thick stuff with a rag and then redo the process. Okay guys, so here we have it. It looks better than before. It's not 100%, but it's good enough for me. It looks clean now, cleaner than what it was before. So sorry for that noise. I don't know who's that, but while I was cleaning this, I took the flywheel off. So you need to take the flywheel off from the automatic transmission because that one won't work for the manual. Alright, so I got all the parts over there. That's my boy Dave again. So what it took me a long time, couple hours, and it was a pain in the butt.
It took the other guy.
And he's laughing about it. It's taking this thing out. This little puppy right here, this ring, is a pain in the butt to take out. But you will get it eventually. I got it out with this too. But in different forums and videos, they tell you to use that, and they tell you a lot of stuff. But you know, I'm newy to this car, so before you take that big donut out, you have to take the pilot bushing. This is the regular pilot bushing for manual, and that other bushing, or whatever you want to call that thing is a bushing. So you have to take this one out first to be able to take that one off with that specific tool. So what I can find the other one, I don't know, I throw it somewhere, I cannot find it. But what I did is I put a flat screwdriver, and with a hammer I broke the thing, and I took the other one off. So this is the new one for the manual, and after that I just used that tool right there and pry that out. I tried every single method in the book. We tried bread, we tried a bunch of stuff, and just didn't want to come off, but finally it did. Just letting you know what I did, so if you run in this crazy adventure of taking that bushing out, just make sure you take that pilot bushing, the little one, before you're trying to get that one. That's why it took me so long, because after that I figured out they have to take that little one from inside to be able to take that one. It took me like 15-20 minutes. So if you do it right the first time, you don't have to go through the hassle that I did. All right, so flywheel is off. Another thing, guys, make sure you change the main seal. That's the seal that goes between the motor and the transmission. I didn't record that. I was too frustrated and tired, but just make sure you go buy the seals for the main seal. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I insert, this is a new flywheel from manual. This is a light flywheel, and I got a stage 2 clutch. So what I did is I put both of them together, and I inserted inside the transmission. And because I'm using an NA, this flywheel, the automatic, I mean the manual flywheel, no, I'm sorry, the turbo flywheel is bigger than the housing of the NA. So what you got to do, or what I did actually, is I insert the clutch, the whole assembly in here. Let me show you it. Fingers. Okay. Just got to spin it until you get in the gears. It's a pain in the butt. Okay, so as you can see,
now that should be flush.
That needs to be flush. Okay, so as you can see, this right here is touching the housing, so it doesn't spin freely. As you can see, so what you got to do is grind the inside. So I mark where I need to grind. So I need to grind here, and some over here down here. And to be able to make this spin, so I'm gonna grind all what I need, and then
there you go.
and then I'm gonna test it again and see how it goes. But just do you test and make sure you grind the flywheel, I mean the housing, so you will be able to fit this. As you can hear, it's actually I turn it, so I have to grind here, some down here, down here, right here. So I'm gonna grind to make it fit, so I won't have problems while when the transmission goes in and the flywheel don't rub against the housing. Okay, you don't want all the particles that you would get, because if it rubs, it's gonna start grinding. All right, so let me do that, and I'll be back when I'm done. Hey you guys, well, today finally I got the fork in place with the throwout bushing. I did the upgrade, got that from C1 Sports, and I got the bigger fork. It's stronger, it's thicker, and it looks like more powerful. So the other one tends to bend with the time. The original one that comes with a car, and this one is pretty good. So for the price, it's not too expensive, like $70 with the whole kit. And the kit for the clutch came with the throwback bearing, and I put everything together. The boot brand new, so it's all good on that side. Okay, what we're doing over here, they're trying to figure it out. But we already did it.
Out. What are you trying?
Well, we already did. So you need the front piece for a twin turbo, I mean for a manual, and the back part of the shaft you can use it from the automatic, because the automatic back is different than the front on the manual. So you will need the front part of the shaft to make it work, and to actually put it together you have to take this piece out, this right here, you have to pull it out, and the other one right here, let me show you. So we took the piece from the automatic that comes here. Where's that piece actually?
What piece?
The piece that we took off. Oh, okay. So let me show you guys. Okay, so you have to take this part and switch it between the front of the shaft. So if you have the back of the automatic, you have to take this piece from the automatic front and put it on the other one, so you can make it work. Because if not, the holes over here are totally different from the other one. That's the manual back, so it's totally different as well. So as you can see, the brackets over here, and for the automatic, it's a circular or round one. So we put everything back together. So most likely we have everything set up. Now the only thing we got left to do is flywheel is on. We got to torque the flywheel. The torque wrench that I have yesterday didn't work, so I'm gonna wrench that to it's for 2 stages, 65 and then 69, so 69 foot-pounds. Then we're gonna put the clutch, and then we're gonna put the pressure plate. We're gonna torque the pressure plate. I'm not sure, I believe it's 35 pounds on the pressure plate, but if not, I'm gonna leave it on the under the description for both of them. So yes, we're gonna torque that, and then we're gonna get this puppy up in there. All right, so another thing, because I'm using an NA transmission, I will need to change, like I said, I need to change the speed sensor. I haven't done it yet. I ordered, so I'm waiting for that. A lot of people say just to change the tip on the gear, but I totally don't know exactly. So what I did first is order the blue part of the it's a tip, it's a gear for the speed sensor. It's called a speed gear. So the one that I have here is red, and the other one is blue. So they have different teeth counts. The one of them, I believe, is 18, the other is 21, something like that. So I need the blue one for the twin turbo. So I ordered the gear. I'm gonna put it in and see if that works because this is a NA sensor, so I'm gonna see if that works. If not, I have to get a sensor for the twin turbo sensor. So it's a little costly. The speed sensor itself is like $170 plus the gears like around $200. But I just want to try to get away with just changing the tip. I'm gonna keep it posted and see how it goes after I install the transmission and test it. Of course, if you want to change the speed sensor, you need to take all this out again. So what I'm gonna do is put everything back together, drive it around the street to see how accurate it is. If it's pretty accurate, it's like 5-7% different, it's not, I don't mind that. But if it's a lot different, so definitely I have to get the speed sensor. So there you go. So let me put back the transmission and I'm gonna show you the end result. Okay guys, and that's how I swapped my engine from automatic to manual. I lost all the footage after I was done. Sorry that I cannot bring it to you, but let me tell you, after I was done, the car actually worked good. It shifted pretty good. About the speed gear that I was talking about in the video at the end, I switched the red one for the blue one, and actually once I put the blue one, and the speedometer didn't work, so I went back and took it out. And the thing is that the red speed gear is longer than the blue one. The blue one is shorter, so it doesn't grip doesn't attach to the teeth on the transmission, and it doesn't move, so it doesn't work. So I guess I have to buy the regular twin turbo speed sensor. So, or if I come up with something, I'm gonna make a video about it, but just want to let you know, if you try to do that, it's not gonna work. Okay. But yes, everything else works good. The only problem I'm having with the car right now is I have a air leak somewhere, a vacuum leak. So I gotta look for that vacuum leak and fix it. Maybe some kind of tubing or something. But it's winter time right now and it's cold outside, so I'm not gonna do it until it gets a little bit warmer out there. But after I swapped the transmission, I have done a lot of stuff to the car. I have a bunch of videos that I have to edit and bring it to you. So I'm gonna start doing that weekly. But yeah, everything works good, and the car's looking pretty good. I'm really happy about it. The major problem right now, the car, is the vacuum leak, and also I have to start working on the body. I have to fix the dents, switch all the parts, swap the parts that I have bought, like the hatch, and paint it. And it's a lot of work that still got to be done to the car, but I'm gonna take you along with the ride while I'm doing it. Okay, so thank you for watching, guys. If you have any comments, any questions, anything you got to say, just leave it on the comment section down below, and we try to answer any questions that you have. Thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.